Hey, how are you doing today, guys? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how we find high GMV creators for brands. So if you're a seller, an e-com brand owner, and you're looking to essentially find great creators for your brand that make a ton of GMV, a ton of sales, a ton of revenue, then you're in the right place. So I'm going to just break down, give away the whole strategy, all the sauce in this video, and just explain exactly how we do it. So when it comes to finding great creators, the first thing that you need is a great offer. Just like with sales in general, you got to have a great offer. At this point, I would say it's definitely a creators market, meaning the creators have lots of options of super good brands, massive companies, right, that are willing to pay really good money to get good creators. So for example, brands like Goalie are paying some of my creators like $3K a month. And so when it comes to that, you're really competing with the best brands for the same people. And even if you're a small brand, it's really like these are the creators that are out there, right? So if you're looking for good ones and you want to actually make sales, you got to be able to compete. And I'm going to break down exactly how to do that in this video and really just give away all the tactics. It's going to be full of information. So hopefully it's valuable to you because this is exactly how we do it. And so the first thing is going to be having a good offer. So when it comes to a good offer, what is a good offer? What does that look like? Some of the things I can tell you off the top of my head: you want to have a lot of orders. You want to actually make it a no-brainer that your brand is going to get sales on TikTok Shop if they aren't already. If they already are, even better. You want to get those good reviews. You want to have a high review rating. You can also, I think, use Yapo and other apps to import reviews to TikTok Shop from other platforms. And you want to just have a really good offer. So make sure your margins are right so that you can have a really good commission rate for TikTok Shop, especially in the beginning. Ideally, a creator rewards program as well. Like, make it a no-brainer for creators to want to work with you. Like, it should be obvious they're going to get a lot of sales, make a bunch of money, have a great experience working with you. You should be a good communicator, which we'll get more into that in terms of the funnel. So now let's talk a little bit about the funnel. First off, where are you finding creators? Best places to find creators, in my opinion and in my experience. Again, others may disagree. People do it different ways. I'm not a big fan of those bots, like those kinds of like rewards bots. Instead, I like to use the TikTok Shop Seller Center and just reach out to creators. I also have a big network at this point. If I didn't have the network, I would just reach out to creators through the Seller Center and through Twitter. Even if you're not a big Twitter account, if you make a post saying that you're hiring high quality TikTok Shop creators on retainer, you will get a ton of DMs. It's like the easiest way to go viral. Trust me. I mean, if you're shadow banned, tell people to announce to the world that you're hiring TikTok creators. There's no better way to get some DMs. So first off, try that. With those two things and reaching out consistently, you'll start to get some creators. Next, have them request samples through the Seller Center or through TikTok Shop. Don't just send them product. Have them request samples. That way they will be bound to actually make the agreed upon amount of content in advance. Then try to get communication off of TikTok or off of, TikTok. Well, yeah, probably TikTok or whatever that you've been using, or email that you've been using till that point. Get them off of email or TikTok. Get them somewhere more get them somewhere less formal, essentially. So get them to iMessage or Discord or WhatsApp, I like. And so go to one of those platforms, communicate with them there, make sure they get some good sales off their videos, guide them through what should make a good video based on what goes viral for you already or for other brands in your niche. Explain that to them. And then from there, you can really do a lot. So if they already are revenue generating off the bat and getting you a good ROI, I would recommend pretty much bringing them on a retainer basis. A good way to do a retainer is 20 to 30 videos a month and $1,000 to $3,000 a month in revenue or in pay to them, in addition to commission and in addition to the rewards program. When you design a rewards program, you can do it like Goalie or one of these other brands. I would recommend doing it in a small window to start, 2 to 3 weeks of time frame of essentially a competition for 2-3 weeks, and see how much revenue they can generate in that time, and then give rewards accordingly. That way you can make sure it works with your margins before expanding it, and really just scale up from there. Finding good creators shouldn't be hard if you're using Twitter and Discord, and there's a lot of free Discord groups you can also join, but Twitter will also work very well to find good creators. In addition to the TikTok Shop Seller Center, if you really need someone to manage that stuff for you, reach out to me. I mean, unless you want to go like the VA's route, if you want to hire a virtual assistant to do that, that can work too if you're on a budget. But those are really the best ways to do it. And so from there, start to really scale by just increasing the creators on retainer. Like once you find creators that are making at least $10,000 in monthly GMV, these are going to be really good creators to actually make content for your brand, especially if they have a lot of experience in your niche already. And so I would definitely recommend working with them. And ideally, you would have way more than one. This is a numbers game. Not every poster goes viral, but in the long run, this works very well, right? This is what I'm seeing work. I think a lot of other people are seeing the same thing. Not the only one. Every creator's posting screenshots on Twitter, of how much GMV they're making in the new Porsche, right? Those are the outliers, right? Those are the best ones. But there's a lot of potential here, right? There's a lot for sure that can be done. There's a lot of sales that can be made. And so brands are getting crazy results. But I do think that there's definitely a bit of a volume strategy here, right? Like you want at least 20 to 30 creators, right? Maybe 50. But I imagine this. Imagine the dream state where you're making $1 million plus a month on TikTok Shop. And you have 50 creators for you. Excuse me. And then they're charging what? $1,000 each. So maybe you're spending $50K plus maybe another couple $100,000 on ads, making like 7 figures. Like that's actually possible. And this is the time. Like this is the time where TikTok Shop is new and you can get those results. So this is the time to try it, right? At least test. I'm not saying spend $50,000 right now, but you can test without doing that. You can test, a couple creators, and you don't have to pay them a retainer until they actually get you sales off the sample. The only real risk to you sending samples, which isn't really a risk at all, that's the way to scale an e-com business right now with affiliates. And the coolest thing about TikTok Shop is they make it so easy because they track everything for you. They tell you how much money is being made by your creators, and you can know it's true because they're paying it out to you. So it's an incredible opportunity. I'm trying to think what else I didn't mention. I would say, so managing the creators is key in helping them be successful. Some of the key ways to do that are giving them a creator brief, make a document, share it with all your creators, maybe Notion or a Google Doc, links to best performing videos that your other creators have made in all time or based on other videos in your niche that may be made by your competitors. So those are good ways just to find good videos. Another key thing, especially for supplement brands, I can't tell you how many brands come to us after getting banned because a creator said something stupid or because they said something weird in their product listing. Do not mess around with TikTok's compliance guidelines. Do not list health benefits that your product doesn't have or is not licensed to make. And so really make a list of words that your creators can or cannot say if you are in the supplement niche, right? This really mainly applies to supplements, health and wellness kind of products, maybe skincare too. But don't make claims that you can't back up, and be very careful, err on the side of caution when it comes to these kinds of things in order to make sure that you don't get banned. If you do, I can likely help. It depends on the situation. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we can just bring it back from the dead, but this is a bad place to be in. And if that happens, you're still losing out on the sales until it is back. So it's not really worth the risk there. Really don't mess around with that. The TikTok algorithm is killer and very brutal when it comes to banning stores for small infractions. And so I would say really be careful about that. Now, I will just sum up what I said today in the following. When you want to build a really good funnel to get good creators, or I was going to say it requires a good funnel, right? It requires a sales pitch essentially because it's so competitive in the market now. So a couple good things to keep in mind. Here's the TLDR for you. Number one, find good creators through X, Discord, and just putting your message out there that you're looking for high quality creators and willing to pay well. Next, have a great offer by having a high converting store that's high trust, being able to pay a retainer and a good commission, and having a rewards program. Next, manage your creators to help them be more successful. Put them in a group chat all together. Give them a creator brief and a brand guidelines document, making it very clear and obvious how they can be successful if they just actually put in the work and put in the effort on a day-to-day basis. And lastly, do this consistently and you can get great results and really scale up and be very successful. Best of luck to you. Comment below if you have any questions for me about this, and I'm happy to help any way I can. Check out my website, check out my Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. I post a lot of free value every day, and schedule a call if you want more help and we can figure it out. Best of luck. Take care.